This is capturing the rod. And capturing the rod is another gun defense against someone pointing a weapon at you. So I'm going to outline it my way first. It is slightly different than what's out there and what was originally taught to me. I've come up with my own version for what I believe is some logical reasons, which I'll explain when we bring Sensei Gabe out. Very similar and not too different, but there's some pieces of it that I've decided are a little more safe to teach these days. So first step is taking my left and right hand and grabbing the weapon back. Most importantly, turning my body center line off of the line of fire of the weapon. Very, very important to really rotate your shoulders and your entire body. Now, this is going to be assisted by my right leg stepping in. Now, simultaneously, when I take that right leg step in and turn my body off to the side, I'm going to take my left arm and my right hand at the same time, grabbing and pulling the weapon, trying to control the weapon on top, and then the wrist on the bottom, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm keeping that obviously away from me, not pointing at me. So first step, right leg steps in, left arm comes out in a knife hand block, and the right hand comes out in an inward palm. From here, I grab a hold. Now, if you grab a hold of somebody holding a weapon with intent to either use that weapon against you or get something from you, they're going to want it back. So as they're pulling back, instead of sitting here struggling, I'm going to shift from my neutral to my forward bow, taking advantage of that pull, poking them in the eye. Now, that eye poke, we're assuming, is going to create a reaction. When they want their gun even more now and they need to grab their eyeball back, we're going to go ahead and take the left hand and grab back at the wrist. Now the barrel of the weapon is facing upward, which is good for me. I'm going to take the weapon, and when I disarm, I'm going to take the finger in the trigger guard, if it's there, and go ahead and break it. Pop. I'm going to take a downward strike with the weapon across the jawline as I step back with the right leg, still trying to keep control of the arm with my left hand. Pop. I go ahead and fire a front kick to the groin, and when I land, I'm going to rise an upward strike at an upward angle, diagonally, up across the chin and the face with the weapon. Then I'm going to go back down with the same action across the face. Pop. And then as I cross out, stepping back with my right leg, I strike again. I create distance, taking that weapon in both my hands, and then getting myself back up on guard. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this on Mr. Gabe, sir. So, weapons facing me here. Most importantly, I got to get myself off the line, and I need to control the weapon. Hence why I don't really like the original way. Now, I personally have worked with live weapons before in metal. The rubber is bad as well. This is hard rubber, but metal is even worse. And the original way was teaching me to use the outward knife against the weapon. If you've ever felt that impact live, it's not a friendly feeling. It's not good. It can definitely break my metacarpal. My metacarpals here in my hand is not good for the situation. So I've adapted a little bit. I'm going to use the outward block up against the wrist and simultaneously control the weapon by grabbing a hold on top of the barrel there, even catching the hammer with my pinky, trying to jam that weapon up, and then immediately going into this position here as I step in. Okay, so I hope you're following my logic. It's not very user-friendly to hit the weapon like this. Trust me on this, okay? So, a little adaptation here, a little different variation. I step off the line, I use both hands to deflect the weapon up and take control. I want to be sure I'm in control, and as he wants his control back, he pulls, I shift and fire that forward bow eye shot with my two-finger poke. Okay? Now, that doesn't feel good to him. He still wants that weapon back. I have it in control up here. I go ahead and re-grab along his wrist, now jamming him. I take the disarm. If his finger was in the trigger, it would be caught, and I would basically take the finger with it. Now I'm going to take a downward smash to the face with the weapon, using it as a point of impact there across the jawline. Whack! Across there, I throw my front kick to the groin. I use that weapon again as I rise up and strike at an upward angle, across and strike, and as I move out, catch him again. From this position, I'll grab the weapon back with both hands, making sure I have control on guard. Okay? That is the technique version that we teach here at Schallenberg. So, as he comes in, I move off the line and I immediately catch that weapon. He pulls, I react with it and grab back. If he pulls back, that allows me to shift here. I take the weapon out, I strike, I come back with a kick, I lift him up, I come back around and then across and back out on guard. And that is your concept called capturing the rod. It's not a bad one. It has a lot of good concepts and technique within it. Great ideas. So get comfortable with it and good luck. Cheers.